I'm drinking. I'm having fun. I get to sleep in tomorrow. Don't judge me. Oh boy, I really fucked up tonight. I think if I can be completely honest, not the biggest fan. I would change the channel, okay?
We're live, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right.
As he fucking stalls, he's like, all right, we're recording?
Is it hiding here or is it just me? All right, Paul, get the ball rolling. Do you want me to ask you a question to get... Okay, Paul.
Fuck up, Tim. You always do this.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help.
I need to prepare myself, and every
That's fine.
time
I can leave the
you see me
room.
get ready to go like this, and I turn to the mic, you start fucking talking. And every time you do that, I have to reset.
His wife, every time I'm about to come, you start talking and ruin it for me.
Who would you guys fan cast for this? So let's just assume that like Doctor Strange 2 or whenever we do see these kids, and maybe if it's like in a Young Avengers movie, who would you guys fan cast for them?
Before you answer that question, hold on.
For Speed and Wiccan?
Yeah. It's a tough one because I know we didn't prep for this. But
Wait,
we're here now, so are you going Billy Kaplan on us?
Yeah, hold on. Just remember that for a second. Go ahead, Paul. Start with your answer, and I'm going to show you why I should be good.
Let's see. Well, what age are we assuming they're at?
let's just say 20. 20 is a baseline. Maybe like 20 is like when we'll see them again. So like very young adult.
All right, I got one. The kid, since it goes in theme with Modern Family, the kid who plays Luke could be Wiccan. Have you seen him now, dude?
No. Yeah, I know he's buff as hell.
Okay,
No, he's got the face of like a little like. He's like prepubescent chipmunk. Okay, no, I know he's jacked as fuck now, but no.
I'm just saying. You threw a curveball at me. I'm throwing names out there. I'm literally throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks. So okay, we're gonna eliminate the guy who plays Luke. Who you got, Jake?
I'm not saying I'm eliminating him. I'm just saying, who do you guys think? And then you said something, and I was like, that's stupid.
Tim, we know how Wiccan looks. Thank you for pulling that up on Google for us. Is that the first time you've seen that too, Tim? Is that the first time you've seen that? Did you just Google this today to make sure that your costume fit the profile? Jake, who do you think we got? Who do you got, big boy?
Tell me I would not be a good Wiccan. Look me in my fucking eyes and tell me I wouldn't be.
Honestly, Tim, I think you'd be a good Wiccan. I don't know if you have the acting chops to pull it off. God, that's a great question as far as who's going to play those two. I mean, I don't know. I don't want.
It's hard. It's a hard one because I mean, Billy is obviously you can't pick anyone besides me because I just look at. With Tommy the Speedster, fuck. You know who would have been good?
What if you give it?
No, tell us. Are you gonna like?
I got an idea. What if you give it? Depending. We're
Timothy Chalamet.
We're talking about them being late teens, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, what's the kid's name from Stranger Things? The main actor with the
Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah. What about Finn? I think
he would be a good Wiccan. I feel like he's got to bulk up a little bit.
Dude, you fucking
But
assholes.
does he though? If he's a preteen?
If you're not going to support me in my endeavor to become Wiccan, then I don't want to talk to you guys anymore.
That's fine.
All right, we're gonna let Tim. We're gonna let you take 5, so you can get the sand out of your vag. Realize that it's not about you, and we're talking about actual actors, not people that are on a podcast, not people that are plumbers.
I could be an actor.
You could be.
Give me a scene. Give me a scene.
All right, I want you to recreate the entire scene of Billy realizing that his dad is outside the hex. Right now.
All right, you're gonna have to give me a second. I have to get in my acting
You know what actors
phase.
do?
Hold
They
on.
don't need a second. They just go.
Just go, man.
No. Typically, they
All right,
drive
all
there
right.
and they
I
get
tell you what.
prepared for
I'll
the
tell you
role.
what.
Hold
We'll
on.
give you 5. Jake, who do you think could actually play the role of Wiccan while he's?
See,
while he's
I
gone?
was thinking Finn Wolfhard.
Okay.
Will from Stranger Things 2 wouldn't be as bad.
Oh.
The
All right,
only
I
thing
got
is
this.
we haven't really seen.
Mama, I can't. I am hearing something outside the wall. It's Dad. There's something wrong with Dad. How's that?
Horrible.
It was
I
so
mean,
whiny.
honestly, Tim,
Well, he was a whiny little bitch.
I know, but I feel like you're channeling so much of yourself into that, and you're just this
All right,
whiny
wait. I'll
little
do it better.
bitch.
I'll do it better. Paul, don't fuck me, please. No. Leave my little boy alone.
We're not recreating
Give me the
past events. We're talking
trouble.
about the actual scene. Get into character, Tim. Bring it.
I'm sorry. Let's. Okay, I'll be serious from now on. I won't.
Are you
divert
ready to
from the
lock this
program.
shit up, Tim?
I'm ready to lock this shit up. Paul,
Carrying the weight
come
of
on,
this
give me
fucking
fucking
podcast.
Let's fucking do this. Let's do this.
All right.
I'm ready. I'm fucking
you.
ready. Paul,
Ready?
you keep it off. I got you. I'm gonna be serious from now on.
Tim, I swear to
Gonna
God,
be serious from now on.
I'm gonna kick this to you. Don't fuck this up. Are you ready?
I won't fuck this up, Paul.
Don't
You can
pick it
trust
up.
me.
Don't
You can
pick it
trust
up,
me.
Timmy.
Listen. I'm your fucking guy. All
He's gonna
right.
kick it to you. Don't pick it up. That's against the rules.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So outside of the boys,
Ah,
and we
shit!
kinda
It's too
went-
hot. I couldn't pick it up. I didn't know you were starting.
I just said, can you lock this shit up? And you said yes.
It's locked
What
in.
do you think
I'm
would
locked
happen
in right
next?
now. Look at me. I turned the key. It's locked. Guess what? I swallowed that key. It's locked. Guess what? Zipped it up. Let's do this.
Wait, what'd you zip up?
You know, since Timmy's already thrown in his hat in the ring for Wiccan, I'm available if they want Wolverine. I've got the height, the size, all that's good. I'll work on my acting chops. I think I could do a better job acting.
You're
than
gruffy
Tim
enough.
did, but you know, I don't think so, bub. I think that would be fine. I think it'd be good enough. They can dub the voice in. I'll just play the part, the physical part. But
You would make a good Wolverine, and it's only probably because of your facial hair.
yeah,
Like if you just shaved, actually for a Halloween special next year, can you just shave like this part and
I
leave
tell you what,
the
I'll
nunchucks?
play Wolverine for Halloween special. You can play Wiccan, and we'll have Jake play Star Lord. How's that sound? What do you think?
Deal. I like that. I like that a
I'm fine
lot.
with that.
All right. So
Star-Lord may be the only main character that Jake could be.
yeah, not really relevant, kind of a smartass. I mean, it kind of fits. So
Dumb as hell.
oh, what about the kid from Umbrella Academy? He could be an awesome.
I got
Wiccan.
this. I said that last time about him being. Who did I say he should be?
Dude, he'd be great.
Oh, wait,
Hey,
wait.
fuck you! I said he should play somebody last time.
If him
Hold on.
as
Shut
Wick-
the
Hold on.
fuck up.
Hold on.
Morty.
If the kid, who's the kid that plays in Umbrella Academy? What's his name?
I don't know, but he's a good actor. I feel like I've
the kid
seen him in
who
other
plays
shit
Prime,
too.
If he's Wiccan and Wolf, whatever his name is from Stranger Things, is Speed, hopefully if they're at the age that's appropriate for when it comes out, would be fucking awesome to start them off as Speed and Wiccan. I think they
Alright.
could.
Hold on.
His name is Aiden Gallagher.
Yeah. Let's restart that, and I'll kind of clip that in, and then Paul
What's his name?
Aiden Gallagher,
And Finn Wolfhand, right?
Wolf Hard.
Wolfhard.
Oh, I'm hard, baby.
You ready?
Awoo!
All right, I'll start this. You know what, Jake? The more that I think about this, and when we're talking about Wiccan and Speed and kind of seeing how
You thinking like Aiden Gallagher from Umbrella Academy?
I think he. You know what?
That's what I was thinking.
I think he'd be great. Honestly, I think he'd be.
Sorry,
fine
just
for
do it again.
my-
Just do it again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did it
No,
for the
that
joke.
was good. That would have worked. All right. It's a good point, Jake. If I'm thinking about Wiccan and Speed where they are right now, we know that they're going to progress.
You mean Aiden Gallagher from?
See, this is why we can't get through this shit, Tim.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, keep it in. It's fine.
No,
I do
he
it.
did the
This
first
is why we
part,
can't
and
get
then
through
I
this
go,
shit.
oh,
dude.
wait. I'm going to do it too. Hold on. When's Paul going to start talking? Are we good? All right, let's think about this. We're talking about Wiccan and Speed, where they are right now. We don't know what age they're going to end up being, but let's assume they end up at like late teens, maybe early 20s. The two.
Well, how old do you think they should play? Like when they're finally aged to their.
I kind of like the idea I like the idea of late teens because they're still very young in reality. They've only been, they're only like a week or two old. Um, there's still a lot of innocence there. I think at that time, if they're like say between 17 and 20, two people that I think could play them is Aiden
Aiden
Gallagher.
Gallagher?
Aiden Gallagher?
I think
You were supposed to do it at the same time, Timmy.
I didn't know you were doing it right after I texted that.
Oh yeah, he was about to say. I'm sorry. Okay, for reals. I'll mute. I'm gonna mute myself. This is all
Yeah,
you.
me
This is
too.
all.
Sorry, Paul. Paul, this is for comedic. This is to get the mood back up.
if they age up again before the series is over and they're right at that late teen segment, two people that I think could be good for it for Wiccan would be the kid who plays 5 in Umbrella Academy, Aiden Gallagher. I think it'd be great as a Wiccan. I think he's got the acting chops, and the way he plays on screen as 5 would be a great. He could almost kind of do the very similar thing.
He's witty enough and like
Wiccan.
his
He's kind of got
his
that
humor is good
seriousness,
enough.
but he is also funny. I think that works for Wiccan's role. For Speed, I think what would be kind of cool is Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. I think he could play that role. They're right around the same age, and they kind of look similar to the kids that are playing in WandaVision. So if you ask me the two kids I think would be good for that, I think those two would be perfect for those roles because, Aiden Gallagher's the more serious one as Wiccan, and then Finn could totally play the Speed one where he's kind of the jokester, the prankster. I think that would kind of play off. I don't know, Slim, what do you think?
I think that the reason why your picks work is because you could switch them and it would still work.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Like they both, like we've seen them both as either funny or serious, and they both look somewhat alike. I mean, just facial structure wise, with them cheekbones and whatnot.
Oh, that's a fucking great answer, man. I gotta.
Yeah,
like, dude, hostess with
And
the
that came out of-
mostest right there. All right?
Oh, no.
They came out of
You're
no-
not,
I never
not
would've
even a
got
Twinkie,
That's
bro.
how it
Not even a
rolls.
Twinkie. You're like the fucking chocolate cupcake with the white squiggle cum.
That's why they
All
call
right?
me the
That's what
Pooh
you
Bear.
are, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You're like a snowball. You're an unappreciated gold mine,
100%.
and you're fat and fluffy.
And I don't like them.
Fluffy. Oh god, I don't need any more nicknames like Pooh Bear or Fat and Fluffy.
Timmy, you'd be a zinger, all right? Because you're just throwing out them zingers,
Zing!
baby. Yeah.
He'd be a
Yeah,
Twizzler
thank you.
because he would try to get it up and just kind of go, what?
First off, it
It
is much like a Twizzler.
How much does it? I shouldn't say how hard it is because it's probably not that hard. How much does it suck to be impotent?
I am extremely hard right now. You have no idea how hard I am right now.
Gotta get it in. Gotta get going.
Well, it's hard when it's as big as it is. Like I get lightheaded because it all rushes down there, and I have no blood from my brain.
He uses his headband just to kind of like prop it up. I'm ready.
I'm all about cock rings.
I'm sure you are.
Just bleep it.
So-
Don't even edit it. Just bleep it at this point.
I'm bleeping shit.
Make it easier.
Don't tell me what to fucking edit anymore, okay, guys? I'm sick of your.
Hey, if you keep talking back to me, Daddy, I might have to put it in you.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep talking back because
Those are good picks. I don't know who I'd pick though because there's not many like child actors that stand out that I could think of off
you
the
didn't
top
have
of my
time
head.
to Google right now, so you're a little
Oh,
you're out of your
man.
head.
I do one
Thinking on your feet.
Google for a fan casting. I do one Google for a fan casting, and this is all we're ever gonna bring up, and that's fine. We could do that. That's fine. Hey, how about this? Who would I pick for Juggernaut? Well, I'd pick somebody big. I'd pick somebody heavy.
Like Luther.
Who stands out to me? Not Luther, because Luther's big and heavy, but I'm thinking more fat. Let's go with Jake.
Oh, big boy.
I think Jake would play a good fucking
So
Juggernaut.
Marvel, if you're out
Oh,
there and-
hoo-wee, I'm ready to Juggernaut these nuts.
So if Marvel's doing any casting, Timmy's throwing his hat in the ring for Wiccan. I'm trying to do Wolverine the best I can, and Jake's gonna be Juggernaut. Is what you're saying?
I guess.
I feel like Jake would be a good like witty side character to a hero.
Oh,
like guy in the chair type, or just like
No, I
actual
feel like
sidekick?
you'd be a character. You'd be a character that starts off as guy in the chair, but then gets his own powers and overcomes like the side, like who you were a side character to, and I mean that as a compliment.
I take
Because I feel like if he introduced as a witty character who's like, oh my god, like Marvel's thinking they're not going to think much of this person. and then the fans love him.
I like
right?
it.
Kind
I
of
like
Wong.
it. I'm not a big name in the first the origin story, right?
Right,
But
but then the
sequel,
overarching
ooh,
story, you come in strong and you come in heavy, and eventually you get your own spin-off movie.
I do come.
And then
strong
the
heavy,
fans
baby.
love it. It becomes a franchise. Then you get Jake the Snake 2, Quantumania, but better.
Look, if they're bringing in X-Men, I think I'm great for Wolverine. I think Jake would be a great Cyclops. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm
I
gonna
would
throw
be a
that
good
one out there.
Cyclops.
He would be a good Cyclops because he's already kind of got that mentality.
He
A
would be. I'm
natural
covering
born
his eyes
leader.
right now.
Natural born leader, doesn't like going against the gruff. Toes the line, company man,
Loses his girl to
a little
Wolverine
bit of a
multiple
smart
times.
ass. He'd be a great compliment to Wolverine, and then
Yeah, he's very catty.
yeah,
He's got them claws.
he could be Kitty Pryde. He could be Kitty Pryde. Can we just take a piss break?
Yeah, because I really got to pee.
gotta pee.
Sorry, I really got to pee too. I was gonna ask after the. I'm sorry, Jake. I'm sorry. I won't interrupt you when you start again.
Hey there, boobies. PK Boomer here with a word from one of our sponsors. Now, if you're like us, then you love Taco Tuesdays. But what you don't love is when you clog that toilet late in the night. Ugh, fuck. Was it better at least? Well, I've been fucking drinking. I fucking hate Tim. All right. Hey there, everybody. PK Boomer here with a word from one of our sponsors. Now, if you're like us, then you love Taco Tuesdays. What you don't love is how those tacos clog your toilet. Well, the fine folks at Logs and Clogs have a new product solution designed with your behind in mind. Introducing the Turd Cutter, a revolutionary 8 rotating blade attachment for your toilet installed in just minutes. Think of it as a garbage disposal for your toilet. So no more clogged toilets, no need for plungers. Go ahead and throw away those old crusty poop knives. With just the push of a button, the Turd Cutter will shred your waste with haste, turning your deuce into juice. This product is the leading in production, creating separation from your defecation. Listen till the end of this podcast, and we'll give you a link to their site and our promo code to use at checkout for a special promotion that'll have you shitting bricks. Use the promo code number 2. You get a second Turd Cutter for free with purchase. That's 2 Turd Cutters for the price of 1. Reclaim your portion throne with the Turd Cutter. Now back to the show. So at this point, what I'd like to do is kick off our next segment of this podcast. And in this segment, we're going to be talking about a movie. And to kind of break it down for all those listeners who are new to the podcast, what we like to do is one of us will pick a movie at the end of the podcast for everyone else on the podcast to watch, and then we'll critique it at the end. And at some point, we're going to hope that we can kick it over to you guys. Tell us a movie you think would be great for us to watch. What do you think it's going to be a good movie for us to review, or something that you think would be funny to hear what our thoughts would be on it. This week, we had Big Boy over there picked a movie for us, and the movie was called It Follows. It's a movie that debuted in 2014. I'm going to let Jay kind of walk through what the movie was about and kind of give his synopsis on it, and then kick everything back over to us. So with that, Jake, why don't you go ahead and tell us why you picked this movie and what your thoughts about it was.
So the movie It Follows came out in 2014, like Paul said. It follows a 19-year-old college student named Jamie. She goes by Jay. The movie starts off with her pretty much kind of going on almost like a first date with her boyfriend. They end up having sex in a car late at night, parked wherever the fuck they were. Parents in this movie don't matter. They're non-existent and they don't give a shit. So they have sex. Right afterwards, he kind of chloroforms her, wakes her up. She's strapped to this chair and explains to her pretty much the situation that carries her throughout the rest of this movie, that there is this supernatural STD,
sexually transmitted demon, if you will.
Yeah, I like it. This gonorrhea monster is now gonna.
That's okay. I don't want to cut you off again, but that's literally what this fucking movie's about. It's a gonorrhea monster. It's literally the gonorrhea monster chasing you.
But
We're not chasing, walking.
well, I was gonna say, not only that, this gonorrhea monster is gonna walk after you, so it can't run. I don't think it speaks. They say it's smart, but it just can't pick up the pace a little bit.
It's zombified.
Yeah, and it can take the form of anybody, that you know, or just a random fucking person. It doesn't matter. It'll supposedly try to fuck with you and show you people that you maybe you've once loved, or
Yeah, at one
your
point it
family.
takes my form, where it's just like a super lengthy eyeless fuck.
It does.
I didn't appreciate that.
I thought it was
I
funny.
have beautiful eyes.
That was my first thought. I was like, oh man, Timmy's gonna kill this bitch. So anyways, she has a group of friends with her. She's kind of got this really weird side-eyed looking guy. Almost like a will they won't they sort of thing. Basically,
Kinda, sorta.
I don't know. It's really weird. So
It gets a little rapey at one point.
it's very rapey-esque. Basically, the rest of the movie kind of follows her being chased by this entity, and then everybody kind of telling her you need to pass this on. So the rules are, once this entity is following you, the only way to get it to stop chasing you and go after someone else is you have to then have sex. In which case, that entity, the monster, the gonorrhea monster, will walk after that person until they can kill them. Now, obviously, you want to keep that chain going, but however, if the person you have sex with, if they get killed, the monster then will go back down the ladder and start walking after you again. So, I want to kick it off to you guys. Let's just start real fast initially. What did you guys think? Timmy, I'm going to go with you.
See, I thank you because I have a lot of thoughts on this movie.
Oh, shit. Okay, anyways, Paul, let's go with you.
Yeah.
No. Let me.
Hosting this bitch.
No, go ahead, Slim.
Thank you. So there was problems with this movie. Was it a good movie?
Shit.
No. Should you watch it? No. No, please don't. But if you were going to watch it, please watch it high, because the questions that you have and the answers that you'll come up with are probably going to be a lot more interesting than the movie itself. Now, what was wrong with the movie? Everything?
As far as horror movies go, and I'm not a huge horror movie buff, but I do like certain horror movies when they're done well. This one was not done well. And the fact that, like, when I think of a horror movie, I want it to be one of those movies that stays with me for a long time. Like, where you're still kind of freaked out about turning the lights off, or if something's following you, in the way that, like, a Michael Myers movie would scare you. Like Halloween movies, those stay with you even after the fact. Or any of the Exorcist movies, they stay with you. In like where you still, like, where you're kind of like, no, I'm over that, I'm past it. But at the end of the night, you're kind of freaked out or paranoid about whatever might happen, right? Like, this movie, I watched it, I was done with it, and I was like, I will never think that if I have sex that this thing will ever follow me. Like, I was never scared. Even the parts that were jumpy, there was only like one that I could think of that was really jumpy that I was somewhat terrified on.
Was it that door scene?
No,
The door smash?
the only thing that made me kind of just jump, and it wasn't even like a jump, like, oh my god, it was just kind of like startled, was when they were in the guy that initially had sex with her, when they were in his house, and the wall kind of like fell down in between the closet and the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, that same thing.
That was it. Like, I was like, okay, that was the only thing that, like, kind of like jumped at me. Everything else, it didn't scare me because it just seemed so cheesy in its premise. The premise, or I shouldn't say the premise, because the premise was actually kind of an interesting one. There's just so many loopholes. And what pissed me off in this is, if I was to write this premise, and I guess this probably wouldn't work well for the movie, but if I was the person that's like, okay, I had sex and now this demon's going to follow me, what I would have done to prevent it from killing me would have not been what they did. And that's what pissed me more than anything else. I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots.
Oh, I got some serious thoughts
Can you
on
guys,
that. Yeah.
can you guys, like, so, like, picture this, because why did it have to be teens? I get it, it's the whole stereotype of, like, the horror movie genre, it's always teens and they're fucking everything.
Sure.
But like when I was watching it, their acting was fucking atrocious. There
Yeah.
was no parents at all. Like no one gave a shit that their teens were just like, oh, I need to go, and like no one was like, oh, I'm getting a phone call from mom. I think at
And the
one
excuses
point,
that they gave, like that one like bad boy-esque fucking
Yeah.
character
Oh,
was
she's not
like,
gonna care.
oh, isn't your mom gonna be mad at you? Isn't she gonna care that you're gone? And he goes, she won't even notice. Like,
yeah,
come
no,
on,
everyone's
bro.
from
At least
like
give
a
us
broken
context.
family.
Well,
And
Yeah.
like, and
Well-
the friends other than the rapey guy serve no point. Like the bitch with the clamshell, like she farted.
That was a sister. She was a sister. That's what confused me. That was a younger sister. What the fuck is up with the clam phone?
Yeah.
I don't
Wait,
understand
was she
it.
the
Okay.
sister? I thought she was the friend. I know the other one was the sister.
I believe.
No, she was the sister. The glasses chick was the sister.
Oh, dude, how funny is it though? Like they're like barred in though, and like they're hearing the knocks that first time before like the big lanky guy comes in. They're all like, "Mom, is that you?" The mom has never been in this fucking movie yet. Like you're just like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
we
is
don't
that,
even
is
know
that
who
a
she
parent?
is.
Parent?" And like when the other guy dies too, and they're like, he finally opens the door, even though she literally shouts, "Don't fucking open it!" He's like,
Yeah.
"All right,
He's
I'm
like,
gonna
"What
open
the
it."
fuck,
Mom,
Mom?
what are you doing? Mom tit out. Like that was stupid.
Which,
Oh, shoot,
wait,
absolutely.
cheers to that mom tit. That was a fantastic.
Yeah, like that's every like Pornhub porn on out right now.
The premise
If
though,
there
the
was anything
premise.
that kind of was like a highlight to that movie, it's the mom tit.
See, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I did say, should you watch it? No, I'll take that back. I think it was entertaining in the same way that like a really dumb YouTube video, and like not a YouTube video you look for, but a YouTube video that comes well after the 5 that you clicked from that, that for me YouTube video shit. Like it's the same entertaining that is. Are you going to enjoy it? Probably not. But is it going? Will it help you pass the time? Absolutely. Dude. There was okay, but I'm gonna keep coming until we answer this. I'm gonna keep coming back to this. Now, early in the movie, they show the sister of the protagonist with a phone, but it's not an iPhone. It's not. It's not a Samsung. It's not a regular flip phone. It's a fucking clamshell. That's a phone, and they don't give any explanation to it. I don't understand it. I think that so the whole tone of the movie is that it's based on like teenage sex. At least that's what it seems like, right? Teenage sex and the dangers of teenage sex. And then they put a lot of I wouldn't bring it up if they didn't put a lot of emphasis on it, but they put so much fucking emphasis on this clam phone. What does it mean? I'm sitting here trying to analyze it like I would analyze Tenet. What is the purpose of the fucking clam phone?
Dude, not only
It's
that,
so
she gets
dumb.
shot, man. She gets shot for no reason in the end, and it
Oh,
doesn't matter.
I want to get to that.
It doesn't even matter.
I want to get to that. I want to get to that. But like, okay, so obviously the movie starts and it's showing this group of friends, and it's shot kind of like a low budget indie movie, and it gets to the point where the protagonist is going on a date with this guy, right? And during this date, this guy and the girl and the protagonist Jay are sitting in a movie theater, and they're playing this game where you're trying to pick somebody that you see and say why you want to be that person. And the guy, the 21-year-old, which at the time I thought it was a lot creepier because I thought the chick was only like 15, turns around and goes, I want to be that person. And the chick turns around and goes, I don't see that person. And the guy immediately asks the question, wait, can you see that person? And she goes, no. Obviously, he's been dealing with this sex demon for a while. By the way, just to give a little context to what I'm talking about here, when you are suffering from this ailment of STD, the sexually transmitted demon, only you and the people that you've fucked and the people that have fucked before you can see this demon. Nobody else can, so it's invisible to everybody else. This person turns around and goes, I want to be that person. And the chick goes, who the fuck are you talking about? Are you telling me that this dude who has probably dealt with this demon for at least a few days now isn't going to get up and run the fuck out of there? He's going to sit there and go, wait, you can't see that person? She goes, no. He's like, wait, that person right there. You can't see that person. No, I can't see the person. Are you sure?
His resolution is, let's go have dinner.
And then
Yeah, let's grab
sex.
dinner.
He still closes the deal after that. Like they don't
He's
even get
like,
to see them.
I gotta get down on this. I gotta smash this chick, so I'm not the only
Yeah,
one.
and she's just
I
like,
get that.
oh
I get
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Justify it. They look at this as a bad thing. It's not a curse. It's a superpower. You can get anyone you want got. Okay? I would go sleep with Weinstein. I would fuck him in the ass, and then a week later he'd be dead. Okay, the sex demon is back on me, right? Guess what? I'm going after Epstein. Dead. Okay?
I wanna pull it back just a second, Timmy, and then I'll throw it back to you guys. So I think we can all say the premise of this movie is not that bad, right? There's some kinks.
It's not terrible. It's a good
not
premise.
terrible. It's actually intriguing. That's why I picked this movie. Just the thought, like, there are rules to the monster.
Yeah.
There are ways to get around this. You know, I think the teen thing was actually what killed it. Not just because of the acting and maybe some of the shitty storytelling, but like
It falls into that classic horror movie trope that is overplayed.
yeah, but not only that, but just imagine. Okay, now I'm gonna put it in perspective of like a middle-aged guy. Just like, all right, if let's say I just cheated, right, and then this monster's coming at me. I have a couple different things. I would never want to cheat on my wife, but at the same time, it's like, all right, do I be the big man and tell her, and then be like, okay, hey babe, so I cheated, but now I gotta cheat again because this otherwise I'll fucking die. But I also have to not only just cheat, I have to make sure who I cheat with is gonna continue this.
He's gonna
I have
fuck
to
somebody else.
Yeah, I gotta cheat with like a promiscuous bitch, otherwise I will die soon. And like, but you can't see this. You can't see this monster either.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing with that. Like,
Yeah, it just sounds sus.
you mean to tell me
Yeah.
that? Okay, so you're right. You have to cheat at some point, right? So then, after you cheat, you're gonna go up to your wife and be like, "Hey, by the way, I kind of maybe had sex with somebody, and now I have this demon following. So I know you might have forgive me for this, but I need to go fuck some randos." Moving forward, and you know that like your wife's gonna be like, "Oh, you gotta go fuck so the demon doesn't get you." Like,
Oh, there's a demon that's
no way
coming
she
after
believes
you.
you.
No, dude, my wife.
Well, that's
the
why you
monster. The
don't
monster
tell
wouldn't
your
even have to
wife.
kill me. The monster would be like,
My wife
oh,
would kill me.
that dude's wife is gonna finish him off. I'm just
My wife would like be like, "Hold on, demon, I got this," and I'm getting stabbed.
All right, so I want to throw it to
Okay.
Paul, and then Timmy, you go. What would you guys do in this scenario?
All right, so real quick because
COVID aside, no COVID, but
right,
like
yeah,
your
no
relationships,
COVID.
how they are. Let's leave that out.
Real quick before I get into that, I just wanted to give Tim a little follow up on the little compact e-reader clamshell phone. That was only in this movie. That doesn't actually exist. It was something that they created just.
I was looking for
to
it. I
make
couldn't find it.
Make it dated and outside of the realm of our reality. So that thing does not exist. Thank God, because that was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen.
It was okay, do you understand though? The reason why I focus so heavily on it is they feature it in so many scenes. It's not like she's playing
How
on
much
it, it's a
money
wide
did they
shot.
put on
It's
to
a
make that
close up.
Only for not to
Dude,
be.
it's so dumb.
And that shit was
It's so
actress.
dumb.
Her whole thing about Detroit and the city versus the suburbs was the biggest waste of about a minute and a half that I ever had to fucking listen to.
It was so
Yeah,
out of
well,
context.
that and
So
like,
out of
okay,
context.
so how old was the younger sister? Because if this chick is 19, we have to
Well,
assume that
well,
she
hold
has
on.
to be
The-
at the very
so,
most.
I think the clamshell
18.
chick though was a friend. The other
the
girl
clamshell
was
chick-
the sister.
Was the sister? No, the clamshell chick was a
See,
sister.
the way I understood it was there was the main girl, and then
It doesn't
her younger
matter.
sister, and then
It really
there
doesn't.
was the guy. I think his name was Paul, which is a really a big discredit to me that name.
Oh, the nerdy looking fuck that just
Nerdy
wanted to
guy. And I
bang.
believe that
By the way,
I think
I
the girl-
love how he's aware of this sex demon, but he's still trying to bang.
Dude,
That is probably the most
And
realistic
getting
part.
rejected. And getting
And
rejected
getting
is the best
rejected,
thing.
and that is the most realistic part of this fucking movie. I'll let you finish, Paul. But that's the most realistic part of this movie is that
100%.
even though he knows he's gonna fucking die, he still is trying
He's
to
like,
bang.
yeah, because he's like, so demon, right? He's like, I'll take that on for you. Like he's trying to act like he's chivalrous, but he's like, I will take that.
He's a white knight.
trying to get
He's a white knight.
He's just trying to get laid. But no, so I thought the way I understood it is there was the main girl and then her younger sister, who's the one who smokes but can't get seen at home. And then there's this guy whose name I think was Paul. The girl with the glasses I think was his younger sister. I think. I'm not
Oh, was that it?
100%.
Again, it doesn't fucking
doesn't
matter.
really matter.
Well then that gives more of a reason to go what the fuck towards the end.
When he shoots
but
her?
we'll get to that. Yeah, well okay, fine. If we want to touch on it now, we'll touch on it now. Okay, so if you're telling me that that's his younger sister and he shoots her, he has no fucking reaction to that whatsoever.
No.
It was literally just like, it wasn't even like, oh fuck, I'm sorry. It was literally like, where's this demon? Shoots his sister in the leg, right?
him.
And then he's like, where is she? And this girl's like, my fucking leg.
But Tim, he
You know,
it's
it's-
late. I mean, honestly,
I get it. We've all been there before.
Trying to go for.
I would have shot if I had a sister and she stopped me from getting laid. I probably would have shot her too.
I'm just
All
saying.
right, guys, hold on. Just to clarify, it's not his sister. So let's see. His name is Paul. He is a friend of Jay, Kelly, and Yara.
Yara.
So Yara is the one with the clamshell. Let me see here.
I mean, a lot of them have.
Is Yara the sister? That's what I
No,
want to
it
know.
says Yara Davis is Kelly's friend.
Oh fuck.
And then
Okay.
Kelly
All right.
Height is Jamie's younger sister. So Jay has the younger sister. Yara is just the friend that farts in the car and that they randomly show, and she randomly speaks for no goddamn reason whatsoever.
That was the.
Yeah, she really didn't play into the fucking story at all, other than to get shot and to show her clam phone.
The fact that we're talking about her so goddamn much
Is
a testament to how shitty some of this shit is. But come on, guys, I want to hear. Paul, what do you do? All right, you just fucked, and then this monster's coming at you. You believe it? No COVID. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, what's your plan?
I'm going super analytical on this. Like, if I've now got this demon following me, I am fucking someone straight up, and then I'm going to them. And I will say this: the one thing I do agree with is the guy in the beginning when he ties the girl to the wheelchair and he's like, "I need you to see this."
At least he told her.
I totally would be that person. Like, this thing's gonna fucking follow you, so you need to fuck, and I'm going to know who you fucked. And then when she fucks that person, I'm gonna be like, now I'm going to you, and I want to know who you fuck. I'd be like that total like freak who'd be downstairs and have all the red strings, all the yarn to say who fucked who, because I want to know if this thing's ever gonna come back to me. I'd be watching the papers to see who died when to make sure this thing never got back to me. Like, that's because I don't have time for that shit. I don't have time to sit here and just try and fuck a bunch of fucking randos and try and get another STD or something else is gonna fucking kill me. I'm just gonna pass it along and then just like, that's how I would go at this thing. I would be like, you're gonna fuck someone, then that person, I'm gonna be like, you're gonna fuck that. Like, I would always know who had it last to know if like that person got killed. I'd be like, okay, there's 3 people away from me. You know, it's what do they call it? 7 degrees from Kevin Bacon. That's how I would be. I would always be like, how far is this thing away from actually coming at me? And then I'd have to then, because that gives me time to sit my wife down and kind of say, hey, I did a thing.
I fucked up.
Happened, but it's okay. I got it straightened out and hope he doesn't fucking kill me before this fucking demon does.
I solved the issue. I just fucked more.
I just fucked.
I have to fuck more.
Because
if fucking is the problem, fucking is the
Hey,
solution.
wait, let me ask you, would it be fair? Would it be fair to fuck your wife and then show her the demon and be like, listen, I cheated on you, now you have to cheat on me.
How shitty is that? Because then she's like, oh, you know this, and then you give it to me, so I'm first in line?
Yeah, and what am I
Come
gonna
on.
do?
Well, if you want to get rid of your wife, you just don't tell her.
No fucking way. I'm getting fucking stabbed in my sleep. You gotta understand. I go to sleep before she does.
The demon's the least of my worries at this point.
She would look at it and be like, just go after him. You want him anyways. Just take him out. But no, like, I don't know.
She'd be like, fine, you want to kill him? Okay, kill me, go ahead. But you got to kill this motherfucker next.
Here's my question. This is something that was not answered, I don't think.
All right.
I don't know. Can you spread this out? Can you, like, fuck 3 people and all 3 of them have the demon?
Actually, okay, so that plays in... I want to break this up. I want to break this up. So I want to ask, what are the, like, I know the general rules of this, but what are the more, like, in-depth rules? Because let's say you're a fucking hua, right? You're a hua, and you have this sex demon following you, and you're aware of it.
I understand what Tim is saying. He's saying whore. And he's trying to
Yeah, a hua.
a whore.
A fucking hua. A hoochie.
Yeah.
A bimbo, a salute, whatever you want to call it, a sexually empowered woman. Let's say, or man.
I mean, Tim, we know
Let's say,
so just say what it is.
So I have questions, and I'm going to ask them. I don't want you guys to give me answers yet, so just remember them and answer them after I'm finished. My first question, again, don't answer it. Does anal count? My second question is, what if you're a hua and you like getting doubly penetrated? Who gets the demon?
Just
If they both insert it at the same time, who gets it? Is it whoever come first?
it probably would whoever.
Okay.
I feel like anal's got to
Well,
count.
Anal has to
know.
count, and but
know.
the threesome, like if you're getting DP'd, is it okay? Traditionally, the vagina is
does
sex.
that
So
the
is it the
person
vagina
has
guy?
to orgasm? Because then, Tim, in your case, you'll never be able.
That's another question. Do you have to orgasm to spread it? Because if that's
No,
the case, I don't think I could ever
person
spread it
has
to anyone that I've ever slept
Does
with.
the other person have to orgasm?
Timmy's gonna be fucking, and then like he's gonna see the monster like slowly walking as he's banging. He's like, "Come on, come on, come on, come on!"
And
Come
then
on.
the girl's gonna be like, "Nah, I'm not feeling it." And Tim's like, "Oh no, it's gonna come get me!" And then, whoa, and then that's it.
Okay, and like another question that I
Starts
have. and this
choking him. He's
plays-
like, "Oh no, wait, this works for me. This works for me."
I like this. I like this. I'm a masochist now. Another
master
question
what?
that I have is
Master what?
this the question?
Masochist?
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 Masochist. Paul, I'm drunk. Leave
Guys,
me
I
alone.
love this. I'm a Massachusetts now.
I'm 4 White Claws in, or 2 White Claws in, and 4 beers deep.
Pretty soon I'll be in Delaware.
First off, I'm a Massachusetts. Okay, if you live in Massachusetts, are you not a masochist?
No,
So-
now you said it right. Are you being a
Wait. I have some more questions. Okay,
I know, but I
So
want to
it-
double down on your one question. If
what's that?
well, because obviously you touched on anal. Does that mean like our blowjobs counting? Is it just like when you come?
It's gotta be full on. It's gotta be just full on penetration, no aim.
I think the AIDS monster gets to decide.
It judges
You
you.
gonna take that risk?
So towards the end of the movie, you kind of see that they come up with this master plan to try to electrocute it to death. But like, why? You know, like why?
Yeah.
Like, she literally shot it in the fucking neck, and it just stood. Why are you thinking that electric? Are you thinking like, oh, maybe electricity is more magical than a bullet? A bullet is the most magical physical thing that you can come up with, honestly. Okay, but it can't go in the water. So why wouldn't you just fly to Bangkok, fuck a few she-males, and then fuck off?
But it did go in the water.
It can't cross the ocean.
Yeah, but it didn't
It
want to
does-
originally.
Oh, that's true.
It didn't want to what? Oh, get in the water? Well, it only got in the water because it was shot in the water. It was forced into the water. So as long as no one hits it or accidentally bumps into this invisible creature into the water, and even if it does, you have at least a few months. See, like the reason why I say that this isn't a totally unwatchable movie is because when I was younger, I watched the movie Michael Myers, and I remember a scene in one of the movies. I know there's like 20. But Michael is like just walking down the street, and this chick is running, and she, eventually he catches up to her, just walking, and kills her.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of freaks me out that this demon walks. I would almost feel a little more comfortable if it just like popped up out of nowhere. Like it walking is kind of, because like think about it. Best case scenario, you have a lot of money, and you are able to fly from East Coast to West Coast, and you have at least a few weeks before this monster gets to you, and then you fly back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just keep flying back and forth.
Yeah, it was such a stupid thing because now that you have, this is my problem with it, is you have no idea where this thing is going to leave off. You're just hoping. Like, that was my thing. Like, if it was me, I would know exactly who banged who. I would bang someone, tell them to bang someone, tell them to bang someone. Because let's be honest, the result is otherwise you die. So I would
What's funny?
be like, hey, I know you had sex, but here's the breakdown of what's going to happen to you. You're going to see this random thing coming in, following you, and like kind of like that whole wheelchair experience. That would be me every single time. The problem that sucks is the only thing that kind of sucks about this whole thing that I think was kind of cool about this premise is this would consume your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way you get rid of this. There's no way you can go to work and kind of go, oh, everything's good and dandy. Like, you're always thinking about this thing fucking you up. The only thing I will say that bothers me.
Unless you use it to your advantage and use it as a superpower and just bang bad people.
Here's my biggest issue with the movie. One of the movies, and I'm not going to say this was a great movie, but I did like how it tied up loose ends. If you think about the movie The Grudge that had Joshua Jackson in it, right? You remember this movie?
Right.
With I think it had
I
Sarah
do.
Michelle Gellar in it, and this demon was following them. They didn't know why. Sarah Michelle Gellar didn't know why, but at the end you find out that Joshua Jackson had an affair with this girl, and then she ends up dying, and now it's haunting him. And you at least understand what started the demon on this path. In this movie, we have no idea why this demon even exists. We have no resolution to make sure that it's actually done. At the very end, we see them walking down the street, and you see someone following them. We don't know if it's the demon or not, and it just kind of, to quote It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, it just kind of ends. And it's like,
Yeah,
what
but that's
the
honestly
fuck?
like that was the best part of the movie was the ending where you don't know if it's the demon or if it's just somebody walking down the street. That's the best
But
part.
like, I just don't like that we have no idea where this started, what happened with it. It's just one of these things that just kind of all of a sudden exists for no reason. I'm like, it just seems so underthought. And like, okay, if you think about movies that the concept, the storyline doesn't really carry over, at least it's cinematic or it's got good writing. Like
Yeah.
it's got a good screen the way they do it. This movie didn't have that. This movie was like the demon is coming in at the daytime as well as the nighttime, and that also doesn't really make it that scary when things are happening like on the beach in the middle of the fucking day. Like usually with horror movies, it's like at night it scares you, but this didn't really ever have anything that kind of made me freak out or have me think about it after the fact. I was like, it just seemed it like wasn't even that good of a horror movie. It was just kind of there with my
Well, let me ask this question because I have an answer. Who is the safest type of person, and if you were suffering from this sexually transmitted demon, who is the safest person? Because honestly, I'd say
A
it's a
virgin.
pimp.
it's a what?
Well, yeah, it's somebody who doesn't bone to begin with, but if you have it already, it's a pimp. You fuck one of your bitches, and then you tell your bitch to
Oh,
fuck a
100%.
guy, and then
100%.
Yeah, but does the chain end there? See, okay, so what I thought originally, especially when I brought up this movie, and because I liked the concept, I was like, you know what? I'd fly to Vegas, I'd go find one of them brothels, right, and just bang one of them bitches. I'm like, oh, they gotta bang a shit ton. But then that's when I started thinking, oh fuck, because whoever they bang next is probably going to be a guy, that's not really banging a whole shit ton. So I'm like, oh fuck, they'll die. That lady will die. Maybe she'll bang in that time period, but it's not good enough, you know. Like you want to have some sort of sense of like, all right, it'll probably once it gets to me, I'll probably be dead of old age anyways. Like, and I guess that's why they had to go with teens, right? Because like they were like, oh fuck, this thing is gonna walk. Let me just stay in the same fucking town. Let me just stay. I could fuck off because the parents don't give a shit, but let me just stay here. Or let me sleep on the top of my fucking car in a park and no one knows where the fuck I
Yeah,
am. That scene was
weird.
fucking stupid. And then like there was another scene too where she like goes back to the lake and then she sees people in a boat. And then like she undresses and she gets
she's like, I'm gonna
cuts.
fuck.
That's what I thought. I was like, did she just fuck them? We never
He
really
just
know.
railed them all.
Yeah.
She
But
was in
like,
town.
or was it
No,
really,
no,
like,
she did. She definitely did.
But like
like,
that,
or was that her like realizing like, hey, this thing might not be able to swim? Like, if it takes a bullet to the face, I'm not thinking, all right, I'll try and electrocute it, okay? Like, I'm just thinking at that point, pass it. It sucks for the next person, but I gotta pass it smart so I never see it again in my timeline. Like,
well, and that might be the only thing that I will say to the movie's credit that by having it be teens, let's be honest, teens are fucking stupid. So maybe that makes sense that that's the best a teen could think of because like how we're thinking about this is not how a teen would think about it, I guess. Like that might be the underserved part of this where it's like a teen might be like kind of how they reacted. For me, it's extremely calculated how I make sure this thing never gets back to me. But if I'm a teenager, I'm probably like, I'm just gonna fuck someone and hope to God that it goes away.
well, see, that's what I'm saying. I would have banged that creepy friend because I mean they all made fun of him and no one really knows why he hung around other than he just wanted to bang the main
Yeah, why
character.
didn't he even
I would have
show
banged
up?
him.
Why did
I would have
you
banged him. I don't know, but I would have banged him because then at least you know when it's back on you because like you'll know that he's dead.
Well,
like it was good that she banged the next door neighbor because
Yeah.
then she, oh, he's about to die. All right, now I know it's my turn. You know.
You know, and I think, you know, to Tim's credit, I think he's right. Being a pimp is the best way to go because you hit one of your tricks up, you sleep with her, she bangs a bunch of randos, right? And then all of a sudden, but you're the pimp, right? So you got an idea about what's going to happen. All of a sudden, it's like, oh shit, one of my tricks died. Got to hit up another trick. Like that's
But
the only way you keep tabs on this thing.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
Oh.
Timmy ain't a pimp, and Timmy ain't good looking. So
No.
how's
Okay, but so I have another solution to this. I have another solution to this.
Hold on. Let me ask you this: out of the three of us, who fucks this up the most and dies the first? And who dies first?
Oh well, I mean,
I go Paul.
okay. If we're being completely honest,
Dude,
it could be any. No, wait. If I could be completely honest, I'd say. First off, I don't think any of us would ever be stuck in this predicament because I know you two and I know myself. I don't think any of us would ever go as far to cheat on our significant others, and I'm not just saying that. I do mean that. And if it were to happen, which I don't think it would, I think that all three of us would fuck it up bad because how would you cheat twice? I think the first time would be hard enough.
all right, let me ask you this. Let's take the wives out of this.
So we're just three
Who
single
would
dudes.
fuck it up?
Three
Three single dudes who would fuck this up
right now.
Paul, honestly, I think that there is a market for a 50-something-year-old flat brim strokes listening to person, in bars. I think that there is a market for that. Granted, they're not the most fit woman. They probably beat like the prostitute at the end of the movie that looked like Pearl from
Yeah, you know what?
SpongeBob.
But I'll hit a Pearl to stay alive. See, Tim, I think you might be too picky.
I actually did some homework on this movie and decided to see how I could survive as long as I could without raping or fucking. And it's actually a lifetime. So I make...
Is it because you're ugly?
Yeah. So I wanted to know how long it took to walk a mile just to give myself some context, and I did some math here, and I discovered that if I were to fly from Chicago to San Antonio, which is on the West Coast, it would take this demon, and I subtracted a few days from it, 28 days 28 days to walk from Chicago to San Antonio.
God damn it. Say that again. San Antonio is where?
West Coast?
You just said San Antonio's on the West Coast. San
Is it now?
Francisco is on the West Coast. San
Oh,
Diego is on the
whatever.
West Coast. San
Whatever. I picked
Antonio
a random...
is fucking in Texas. So you're dead. The demon has gotten you. Because you don't even know geographic terms here.
Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say San Antonio? I meant San Diego. Sorry, I'm fucked up, Paul. Can you cut me a break, please? I'm having a bad day. Can you cut me a break? Can you please be
Dude, how-
about that? If I said San Antonio, I meant San Diego. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
guys,
I'm
I just
sorry.
got to San Antonio.
Oh.
I'm chilling on the West Coast. I'm good to go.
Paul, you're not being very kind, okay? I'm just saying I fucked up. It just... Okay, God,
I'm safe, baby. I got 28 days.
Okay, my point is,
14 days later.
in San Diego, you have 28 days. Now,
Who's
obviously,
to say this
you get-
entity, this gonorrhea monster, doesn't just walk onto a plane since no one else can see it and just fly
because
to?
it didn't just walk into a car. It's just walking. Let's assume that it just has to walk. Okay.
Have you ever gone
So
through TSA?
I used this
You
one.
won't make it through TSA. That fucking thing's gonna kill
True.
you right.
Yeah, you have at least 28 days. So I actually, instead of because if you just go on Google, it takes the roads instead of just a straight line, which I'm assuming this
Yeah.
sexually transmitted demon doesn't give a fuck. So that's 28 days with with a road. Now I did. There's this website. I forget what it's called, but it showed if you were to walk in a straight line without any elevation or any like weather or anything like that, how long it would take you, and it dropped down to 26 days. Now it was actually 34 days, but I wanted to give myself some wiggle room. 28 days is quite a long time to spend where you can relax, soak in the sun, you know, do your thing. Obviously, now with COVID, we have more work from home esque jobs available. So money probably wouldn't be an issue to accumulate to get back and forth. Now, you're really living on the bare minimum if you're flying to San Diego and to Chicago. Those are two very expensive cities to live in. So I did the math to see how long it would take to live from some bumblefuck town in New York to some bumblefuck town close to a coast and close to the West Coast,
Yeah, like
not San
San
Antonio,
Antonio.
San Diego. And the number that I came up with was 33 days.
I love this.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And
It's
it was-
just, he's
it
just
was
like
actually-
San Antonio, San Diego. I don't know geometry. Let's just focus.
I don't know
here.
geometry. First off, geometry is math related, you dumb fuck. Okay,
You can't
you
get
got
jokes.
shitting on me. You got oh yeah, trying to cover your tracks. Fuck you. Hey, you know what, dude? How dumb was that? He literally drove up to the worst looking fucking prostitutes that I've ever seen. I've seen many.
But did he stop
Okay.
the fuck? Because like they don't even show
Yeah, it
that.
doesn't
Like
even
he
make
drives
sense.
past and then she
He
like looks
definitely
at
did.
him.
Like
Yeah.
that's his life from now on. He has to constantly, like every night, he has to fuck a new bitch, and hope that
Which
this
I will
bitch does
say-
not live close to his
Let's
house.
think about that. If I'm that kid, that's fucking brilliant. So you got this girl who's got this demon, and you're like, I'll take the demon on. So you're with her. She now loves you for everything you're doing for her, and you get to bang randos all the fucking time.
Bro, how pissed would you be if she broke up with you? I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I literally took on your STD,
Not to
your sexually
lie.
transmitted demon.
Not to lie, I thought watching this movie because they kept showing him looking at her and like getting pissed about the good-looking dude. I thought I was like, all right, either he's gonna kill the good-looking guy, like he's gonna bang that chick, and then he's gonna kill the good-looking guy because you're like that was my bitch, and then which just sends it back to her and be like you dumbass, or I thought he was just gonna do the Timmy move and just rape her, and then be like don't worry I got you, sort of thing. Because that's what it felt like. They kept alluding to that, like, and then I was like, they made it seem like they had killed it, and then they have sex. Like this guy that they're all like, you better lock your doors. He's gonna rape your ass. You know, it's a good thing you're not a
Yeah.
man. And then it's like, all right. She's like, all right. Well, I think I'm safe now. Yeah, now I'll have sex with you. You didn't want to have sex with him at the most like opportune times.
Yeah.
You know.
True.
That was,
Yeah, I'd feel kind of insulted, but 16-year-old me would have been like, I'm just trying to fuck.
that was the only other thing that my other takeaway with it is I can't remember the guy's name in it. The one that-
Paul?
Huh?
Paul?
No, not Paul. The one she
I'll
has
look it
sex
up
with.
for you.
I'm Paul.
Is it Greg?
Hi,
I think it's
I'm
Greg.
Paul.
I think it's Greg. But the one thing I don't understand is Greg, right? So you take this girl, you say you believe her, you drive her around, you hear all this shit about a demon, you go to the beach, you see her hair get pulled up, and then another kid Paul flies in the middle of the air, a chair goes up, throws at her, and then you come back and you kind of go, oh yeah, it's not a demon.
Yeah,
it
doesn't
What I love
exist.
about it is that like she obviously like tells him about this, and like she probably the conversation that wasn't filmed that they had in the hospital was probably like, I need you to fuck me so that you can take the demon away from me, please, because I'm
Yeah.
stuck in this hospital bed. And he probably goes, all right, fine, whatever, I'll do that. You know, except there's more like, okay, I'm fucking ready to fuck. And they like when you're looking at it like back from the later end of the movie to that point, you kind of see that like he never really believed her. He just wanted to bone.
Sure.
And he was like, oh, this crazy bitch wants to fuck anything or anyone that's gonna take this demon away. All right, for sure, I'll fuck.
But that's my point.
And like,
like the fact that he saw all this other shit happen, he doesn't believe it. Like I didn't feel bad when he died. I was like, yeah, you fucking get it.
no, for real.
Like all that shit happened. He's like, man, bitches be crazy, but it's that crazy poon. She's like lying on a hospital bed, arm broken. He's like,
Yeah,
yeah, this
Don't
is
worry.
shit.
I got this.
This is the shit.
This is what we trained
Scared
for.
for her life.
He was ready for it. He was ready.
And
He's
like,
he's like this good-looking guy too. Like they show right after that scene that he's just like talking to some random bitch. He's like, "Hey, you, me," like so it establishes that he can go fuck pretty much almost any chick.
yeah. And so what I thought that was, what I got from that was that he was like, he believed her and was like, okay, I'm gonna try to spread this with some bitch that I know is gonna fuck somebody else quickly, so that it's not gonna come after me. And so wait, Paul, I'm not fucking done. And then
Sorry,
they
Tamara.
shift to her sitting in her room watching out the window, and he ends up. So like, what was the reason for that scene if he wasn't going to fuck the girl?
No, hold on. Now, maybe this happened off screen that we didn't get to see, because I was just thinking about this, right? So he bangs her. You see him at this, I guess it's at the college, where he's eating the it wasn't even a fucking cheeseburger. It was just a piece of cheese in between a hamburger bun. For anyone that didn't catch that, that's all it was. There was no patty in there. So that was fucking just, whoever produced this, shitty job on the production assistant's part. But maybe he banged, and that's why he thought he was safe, and that's why he wasn't that worried about it when it was his mom that was the demon. It's the only thing I can think of. We didn't get that in the movie. Because
I see. I would agree with you, but there was that one scene where he was walked up to her friends, and they were like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" And he was like, "I don't know. Nobody's coming after me. I don't really believe her."
But that's probably because he banged some randos, where it took some while for the demon to fucking kill those people and then come back.
Yeah, but why wouldn't he just be like, "Oh, I banged this bitch, and I'm just waiting for her to get got"? Don't make excuses for the movie, Paul. It doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, you're right. It was a shit movie.
You know,
So,
it's a shit movie, and like
at the end of it, in the review, if we look at the movie It Follows, Jake, would you watch this, or are you changing the channel?
I changed the channel. For
How about
sure.
you, Slim?
I'd watch it, but only because I need to watch shitty movies to appreciate a good one.
Closing thoughts from you guys. How about you, big boy?
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm so distracted by Timmy. He looks
I'm
like
so drunk.
he looks like he's just crumbling.
Timmy looks like he's.
Man.
I'm so drunk.
I had a lot of fun talking about It Follows, but I would not follow it, but I would follow us.
I like that.
Did you see what I did there? Did you see what I did there?
Follow us, subscribe to us on Reddit, follow us on Twitter when I eventually come up with a Twitter. I don't even know how to use Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube and all the good jazz. Also, my final thoughts, Paul, I'm going to cut you off naturally.
Okay.
I just want to get sucked and fucked to the movie It Follows. Like, it's a movie that you put on when you're inviting a girl over and go, hey, so there's this interesting movie, and like, you know, there's a chick and she gets sucked and fucked, and like, you know, and then that's all you need to say, and then he gets sucked and fucked, and then we're all getting sucked and fucked, and it's all happy go fun time, you know? Like, we're all just sitting here, and I think at the end of the day, our goal is to get sucked and fucked. Would you agree? Thank you. I appreciate the commentary, Paul. Jake, you've been a wonderful guest on this podcast.
So with that note, since Timmy's getting ready to pass out, I'm sure Jake and I will stay up and talk about this after the fact. Thank you all for listening to us here at BoobTube Heroes. And again,
Well, thank you so much for being an amazing moderator. I really appreciate everything you've done for this podcast.
Take care.
Hey,
Next time,
Paul, let me ask you, what did you think of the movie?
BoobTube Heroes. I'm so glad that you can not have Tim's audio playing while I'm doing this outro. So fantastic.
Oh, I almost fucked up again.
And
All right. Love you guys.
Wait, hold on.